I don't know how to make the videos on this. I don't like know where to look, right? Because I want to look at my face, but the camera's over there. This isn't good. Anyway, okay. Hi. I'm gonna turn the thing around and we'll go on the tour. Okay. So it's Super Bowl Sunday, whatever day that is. I don't even know. But yeah, anyway, here we go. There's the thing. So that's TV. We literally just did these floors this morning. So you can see that's, I should show. So you can see the angle a little bit better. That's a little bit trickier than it looks. So if you really want to nerd out and you know anything about floors, the real genius of this, sorry, this is my stairs that are getting finished. But the real genius of this is this little bit right here. So I have to make pieces that are going to trim out that edge and 90 degree to there. But if you see how that lip right there, you need that lip to be exactly where it is so that I can get the pieces to fit right there to trim over, right? Well, the problem is you can't start floors on that edge. You need to start floors in this room, in this case, all the way back in that corner, way back there where those chairs are, okay? So I basically used scrap wood and staged those pieces and then built it out all the way back to get an edge. And of course there's another little heighty piece like right here, right? So it's never even just that square. But I had to like shim and brace and figure it all out to get it to line up just right so that I could cut down that last little piece to get it to be the exact height so that it would land right there. And then I had to get that entire line along the wall squared up and cut those little vent holes in the whole deal. But get it all squared up just so that I could land perfectly right there and make this last run one perfect board length. Which, I mean, that's pretty genius. I'm just saying. It is. It's pretty good. Okay. Anyway, so part of this whole mess was there was no electrical behind the TV. So you can see there's now a double box there. There's no electrical there. And this big corner in here is basically empty, but there's no power back there. So I had to look at it several different ways, but the fastest way, the easiest way was to come up from there, and I had to fish that up and then up through here and then cut into that box and then run it on the opposite end of that drywall and then establish a new J box right there so that we could have that. And then, we took out all the tile and all the crap that was around the old thing, and we just put in that hangy light, mostly because we just needed more light in here. But it is going to go there. It's just, obviously we'll probably have to take it down or bag it or something to finish that off. Anyway, living room. Our kitchen's just a hot mess. We'll go in there. It'll be fine. Okay. Stairs. These were originally exposed on 3 sides. So now they're boxed in. Mostly because with LVP, with this kind of flooring, it's not like wood where you can just finish an edge, right? Or like you can like router an edge and make it all good. Like they come in flat strips. And so you really need to be able to go within board length so that you can make bullnose to fit the stairs. And so that we don't have exposed edges that I can't finish, you had to box it in. And so this all got framed in. There's new drywall. I know it's green board. We used green board in the kitchen. It was left over. It's not going to hurt anything to be out here, but it's the drywall we had, right? Okay. Up the stairs. And it's the same kind of deal, right? There's the lip. And I'll make a trim piece that'll bullnose over the edge. And then down the sides of this, there'll be like a 1x6 or whatever it's going to be piece of white trim that will run down the side. And then the edges will have, there'll be a trim piece that'll sit on top that will overlap a little bit with the trim piece that will go on the bottom. So it'll all be trimmed off in white and then tee off and go down. And so you won't see any of those edges anyway, but you will see the edge where the steps are because steps. Okay, anyway. So kitchen, all floored up. It's like, oh look, Addie was working on her Valentine's. Sweet. On top of the boxes of floor, next to all of the painting supplies. You know, this is my life. This is what we do. But anyway, yeah. So kitchen, here's the makeshift, storage area and all of that, right? And then the new range, which is all plumbed in and ready to roll. I mean, we can use it now. And I put in a pot filler, right, so that we could fill pots that are on the stove. I had to, the subfloor that's under there was gas that ran to about here. It actually runs through the wall the length of the kitchen all the way to the heater in the downstairs. But they didn't run the gas the extra 2 feet to over here. And so I opened up all the subfloor. I had to open it all up to have them patch in a gas line so that we could have a gas range. But while we were in, the old fridge was in this corner over here. And so they had a water line that popped up through the floor to feed the old fridge. But that water line actually ran from the water connections into there. That's where the eventual real sink will be. It actually ran this way. And I thought it came in from the street. Well, it didn't come in from the street. And so it was like, hell, we'll just cut it back. Then instead of cutting it all the way back to the end, we just cut it back to here and then ran it up the wall so I could do my pot filler, right? It was kind of an impromptu project, but for less than $100 in parts to have a cool pot filler, that's okay. So what else? We moved the outlet that's above the pot filler. That outlet was over there. We had to move it over so that we could have the range hood plug into something. Next weekend, likely, I'm going to put a hole right here, maybe above that. I don't know. We'll see how it all measures out. It'll be just to the right of that. That hole will punch all the way through to a vent cover on the outside. And that's what the range hood will vent to. It'll vent to the outside because there was no venting already in place. Okay, messy kitchen, messy fridge. The blue stickers on the wall, that's basically marking out how cabinets land, right? And so that's how we're keeping track of what goes where so that we can start, planning stuff around the space. Okay, so all the trim came down around the doors. They were not insulated at all. It was just door put in and then, some trim over the top. And so I had to come in here with spray foam and spray foam all these gaps all the way around because, airflow, that's a thing. Okay, so that's our future microwave drawer sitting in the corner. All right. There's our sink. That's a black quartz Kraus single basin sink. And there's the Kraus faucet that's going to go. And there's the Z-Line dishwasher thing that I have to put the panel on, but that's fine. Okay. And then the thing, whatever that thing's called. But so it came and there was a dent in the door and I was hot. And so I called up China because that's what we do. And I said, what up? And they were like, oh, well, you can send the whole thing back or we'll send you a door. And so they sent me a door and then they had to send me videos on how to take it apart and do the thing, which is a total pain in the ass, but it's Chinese New Year and it's a lot easier than just getting a new fridge and fighting that whole battle. And so, okay, whatever, fine, it's done. Okay, hallway, all the stuff, all right. Our toilet installed, dishwashing room. And so we painted a little bit. That's the color it will be in here. It'll be just white. And the vanity will be a wood tone. And so, it'll stay pretty classic and true to the kitchen kind of tones. But so that's our dishwashing area, which sucks. But we painted, some of the hard to reach kind of area, so that when we, I didn't want to install a toilet and then have the old wall paint color behind it. I mean, that sucks. And so it was like, hey, quick, before I install this toilet, come in here and paint real quick. So I got out the spray gun, shot it, and so now we can just finish because there's still drywall work, obviously, in here that needs to get done. The light just came in. It's right there. So that light is going to go and replace that one. Got to patch up the drywall work, finish the painting. And I still haven't taken down the ceilings in here, so I still got to do that. But that's fine. That's just refinishing the ceiling. It's a small enough space that I'll just, plastic it off. And it'll be fine. Okay. So laundry room. I didn't do the floor. I left a live edge right here. So that edge is live. It's not cut. And so I can, if we decide so, pull out the washer and dryer and finish this flooring all the way back to the wall. But we're still debating about long-term whether or not we want to keep the laundry room in this configuration or if we want to open up that and eat a foot or two into the master bath because there's stupid space in there and make like a real laundry room. And if we do that, then I would probably wall this and we'd have this become an opening to get into the laundry room, in which case I don't want to just drop floors in here because it'd just be a waste of floor when we rip it all out. I'd rather save the extra floor and do it all on that floor when we do it, right? Okay, so that's a project. Right now, that live edge is not anything anyone's going to step on just because where it sits, and so it's not hurting anything anyway, so we'll just leave it. It's fine. Okay. So, if you notice, right, it's all the same plane of floor everywhere, right? Into our messy room. Anyway, so the office, I had to put a dead cow on the floor because, the sound bounces. We still got to do touch-up paint. Jess saw this. But so they had done this like mountain mural thing in here. And I primed it and painted over the top of it. And you could still see the lines because they did like 5 layers of paint, giving it all the mountains the different colors and the snow caps and whatever. And so then I got in here with my oscillating sander and sanded the living crap out of it. So now we've layered primer, paint, sanding down the high edges. We got to come in here and blast that sucker again. But the office is going to stay this nice dark. They call it, we need some touch-up paint in here anyway. It's a little thin. But they call it Thunder Gray. It's like a dark gray with kind of like a slight, very, very subtle green undertone, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty. Obviously, blinds are an issue. But yeah, so this is the office. Very like New York artist loft studio. But I really like the dark with the wood floors and, more modern-y kind of furniture. It still feels, well, it's messy, but it still feels kind of warm and sophisticated without being too, too much. Okay, so Addie's room, loft bed up. Addie, you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi. So, Addie's room needs a little bit of touch-up painting, mostly on the ceiling where the purple got some overspray. But she's got a real bed now. Yay! And she's got, some of her little organization stuff in here. This dresser we found at like a little thrift antique store. And while we were priming and painting the white in the kitchen, we just took it out front and blasted it. And then put the hardware back on. But it looks pretty good. It came out pretty nice. So, that's fun. And then, okay, closet. But, floors. All floors. Nice floors. And I got to get the half-round blind things because this room gets really hot. Oh, and all ceiling fans. Ooh, hello, ceiling fan. So all the ceiling fans have been redone, and they're all on remote control now, which is huge. Anyway, our messy bedroom. But we have a bed, and the floors are done, and we're living like real people. What's killing us at the moment is we haven't moved a lot of our furniture inside, and so there's nowhere really to put clothes. We're still kind of moving in while we're doing construction, and so it's it's made it we're already pretty messy, but it's made it a lot harder to get stuff put away because there's nowhere to put it. But we're making progress. That we didn't want to move furniture in while we were still working on floors. We just finished our room last Monday, and then we just finished this today. So a little bit of clean up in here, and then the couches will come in pretty quick, and we'll start getting this livable, runnable. So there's new ceiling fan, lights. These are going to be a spider light. There's the cool more geometric light. This is going to be a spider light. So once we have the island and everything in, those will kind of get spread out. There's 8 lights there, and then they all get kind of screwed to the ceiling. So you can kind of configure them, you know, like spider legs, spread them out. So that way we could have a little bit more dispersed light throughout the kitchen. This is a better alternative than having an electrician come in and drop in can lightings all throughout the ceiling. Because this is all vaulted, you can't really get up there. It's kind of a pain. Anyway, that's it. That's the story. I'll put this on the thing. We're getting there. A little bit at a time. Okay, bye.